Bibbidi Bobbidi Ba, jazzy intro music. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Livy, and in today's video, I'm gonna be doing part one of my camper van conversion. So if you notice that I'm really sweaty, it's because I'm sitting in the van that I just bought a few days ago. I bought a 79 Chevy G30 van, and I bought it, it's pretty much just a shell. It didn't have an engine, transmission, or battery. I bought it from this really sweet family in Tucson, Arizona that used it for quite a few years. They bought it in Kentucky, took it down to Florida for a while and towed their trailer, came back here, towed another trailer, and then just kind of traveled around with it. So they got rid of it because they got another truck, and I was the lucky person to get to buy this beautiful camper van. So, well, gutted camper van. So I'm kind of just doing part one. I'll show you guys some pictures of when I bought it. It had some paneling on the sides that I ended up taking out the past 2 days, and on the floor as well. So I'm just kind of cleaning everything up. I hope to send it to a mechanic this week. So by the time this video comes out, I would have already sent it to a mechanic, get an engine, transmission in it, and a battery. Not sure if I'm gonna find a rebuilt motor or a used transmission. I might just bite the bullet and go new, because I bought this shell for $250. So let me give you guys a quick tour and show you what it looks like. All right, so here she is. The previous owner named her Teal Turtle. I'm not sure what I'm gonna name her yet, but I'm kind of digging Topanga, and I'm not really sure why, but. So here is the Teal Turtle. And that is blue house paint on her. Even though it's house paint, she's still beautiful, but it's a little funky. I do love the color. I might do another coat and then do a clear coat over her. I want to show you guys what the inside looks like right now, the inside under the hood. As you can see, it's just a big cavity in vans like this. This big doghouse is where the engine goes and transmission as well. Since the previous owners took it out, there's just a big hole right here. Again, bringing her to a mechanic this week to have that put in, and I'm sure I'll kind of film and let you guys know what I go with. I'm looking at a Chevy 5.7 350 engine, and then I think a 400 transmission, maybe a TH 350 transmission, I'm not sure. Just gonna get some pricing with that. But here she is. She has that really cute little turtle top, which means I can stand up in her. She's about, I think, like 6.5 feet tall when I'm standing up. So let me film a little bit inside so you guys can see. All right, so this is probably a crummy angle, but as you guys can see, I am standing up and I still have quite a bit of room between my head and the ceiling. Van life is really popular right now, especially in Arizona. And so trying to find a van like this, a shell like this, is really hard. I'm really lucky to found one and so cheap. Again, $250 for this thing, like, it's incredible. People were messaging the guy, and I was like, well, I can pick it up tomorrow morning. Like, I'll have cash in hand for you. Please, please, please save it. And he did. And that family is so sweet. And they just talked to me all about this van, how much they loved it. They really didn't want to sell it, but they had that new truck that they put the transmission from this van in, and the engine. And so they're going to use that, and they just didn't want this sitting around. So I know the lighting's really bad, but just kind of wanted to be able to show you guys. I'll give you this angle as well. So as you can see, this is pointing to the back. Apparently there used to be a little toilet area down here in that corner. And then it was a fully built out RV way back in the day. The previous owners kind of stripped some of that out of there because it wasn't really looking so great anymore. There was still some wood paneling on a couple of the doors, not very many, and it was like falling apart. Wood paneling, you know, from 1979, the original stuff. That's kind of just like it's wooden, but it's not like you think of wood. It's like that kind of paneling stuff that you can see on those old school RVs. So I took some of that out and just pretty much gutted the rest of it. Took out the paneling that had been placed in here before, just because I'll be getting new stuff once I have everything fully fitted. So I'm thinking I'm doing like mechanical running stuff first. So engine, transmission, battery, get this baby up and running. And then I will start looking at electrical, you know, making sure everything's working perfectly, air conditioning, probably adding in some more air conditioning for the actual van part. and then lighting as well. So just biting off a little bit at a time because there's a lot to do, and I'm talking very fast because I'm trying to remember it all. So let me just continue with the tour real quick. Flip you guys around here. So here is the front of the cab, showing you guys the driver's seat. I think this is original. It's looking kind of rough. I'll probably get something new eventually, new vintage, because I really like that look. And then there's this chair as well. This is actually a captain's chair, so it does swivel around. I need to find a little lever so this can go forward so that it can swivel all the way around. But here's the dashboard. Probably gonna end up getting a new steering wheel if I can find a new one on a vintage van, because this is coming apart a little bit. Fun fact, the odometer only goes up to like 99,000 or whatever, because, or maybe it's 80. Whatever it is it doesn't go that high, so it got reset. So it's probably, the van probably has a little under 300,000 miles on it in its entire lifetime. But odometers back in the day just didn't go that high because it was 1979. Nobody thought, you know, it would be driven this long 40 years later. So it has obviously the roll down windows, and then also these amazing windows. I forget the name. Everybody else seems to know the name of them. I also not very good at using them just yet. So you flip that forward and then push it. Look how amazing that is. Like those fun little touches that are still great on this van. Both doors have that, and the window is just rolled down on that one. It's got a full window in it. So fun little vintage touch, little things like that that make it really fun. It does have this window up here that needs to be replaced, but it's got that. And then the little vent, which I can pop open if I can figure it out. Oh, sunshine, wow. So that guy will need to be replaced. Probably go new on that just to make it nice. But yeah. And then the back doors as well. This will probably, I'll probably put a window in there. We actually went to a pick and pull yesterday and did get a window here. So all right, so that's been a ton of information. Just wanted to share that with you guys because it's a big change. It's very exciting. Let me see if I can get better lighting. Yeah. Anyways, I will just give you guys another quick once over around the van, and then I'm sure I'll probably stick some more into this video about having the engine and transmission put in and all the fun facts along with that. And then I'll be doing different parts of the conversion for you guys so that you can see kind of every piece of it. So all right, what a beaut. The little teal turtle. Actually, she's not so little. I'm pretty sure she's a Chevy G30, which I'm pretty sure is a 1-ton van. And she sticks out like a sore thumb, and I absolutely love her. So, yeah. Hi guys, so week number 2 of owning the van. This is probably still the same video of just part 1 of the van and how I'm redoing it. And I started work on it today, and I realized I should probably be recording for you guys. So I have a lot of dirt and everything on my face, but right now I am just chiseling up the glue from the panels that were laid down on the floor, and then I'm also using a wire angle tool, wire angle brush. I don't know what it is, but I'll show you guys, to get some of the rust off, that first layer of rust, and see how bad some of the rust in this van is. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing. You might want to turn the volume down because this might be loud. But yeah, I'll just kind of show you what I've been doing for the past hour or so, going about it. Got my safety goggles on, I've been wearing gloves, and this is the tool that I'm currently using. And then I'm also just using a chisel and a hammer. So I will show you guys and I'll get to it. All right, so this is what I wanted to expose, is the different spots here where you can see the ground, where rust has eaten through the metal. So I took off kind of that first layer of rust. It is smoother, and I wanted to see what the problem areas were. So quite a bit over here in this corner by the back door. Not so much over there, kind of in the corner near the driver's side. The passenger side chair does seem to have a lot. I'll show you guys that in a bit. But this kind of corner is looks like it might be the worst one. So just wanted to expose these spots and figure out how I'm going to patch those, whether I buy a welder and do that. Kind of just still doing a lot of research on that, but this was step one, was removing that first layer of rust to make it nice and smooth. So okay, so over here I'm going to be taking out this captain's chair. It's just old and it actually won't move forward at all. And I saw a lot at the pull and save that I could grab from another car. So right now just taking out these little bolts or screws, whatever they are, and then I'll remove the whole chair and I'll go through all the rust spots here and sand those down as well. A quick update for you guys. I keep doing stuff and forgetting to film, so I'm just gonna give you an update right now. But here is what the floor is currently looking like. All of this black paint is like a Rust-Oleum paint that I got from Home Depot that stops rust, just a flat black. And then what you can see here, that one didn't look so good, but over here I actually fiberglassed the spots where there was rust. So I did a couple layers of fiberglass here, and all the other spots where there was rust coming through. So you can see it here in a few places. I'm just gonna walk in and show you guys. But like you can see here, there was like big holes right through there. There was rust spots through here. There's still some holes, like where screws are, that I might keep in place for like where I'm supposed to put the chair and things like that. But all of this is fiberglass. Actually, fiberglassing was pretty easy. I'm pretty surprised with how simple of a procedure it is. Anyway, so I was chatting about fiberglass. It's a really simple procedure to do. You just buy the actual fiberglass cloth. You can get it at Home Depot. I think it's like $8 there. And then you buy the like resin and the hardener, which you can buy at Home Depot for like, I think it's like $15 or so. It wasn't too much. So you get like a big, like, it looks like a gas lighter fluid, like a big can of it. And then you pour a little bit into the lid area, like, or even just like a clear cup. And then you just put a couple drops of the hardener in there. So you definitely don't want to mix it in the can or do it all at once. But you kind of mix it as you go. Cause I think from the instructions, it looks like it lasts like 10 to 15 minutes or so. Of it being liquid, and then from there it'll start to harden. So you definitely only want to put a couple drops of the hardener in there with the other like tar kind of style stuff, and then you paint it on the fiberglass. So let me give you guys a quick close-up and I'll kind of show you what I did. All right, so as you can see here, there are cloths of fiberglass on here. You definitely wear gloves when you do the actual fiberglass like procedure. So first you mix the resin, and then you go ahead and put a quick layer on there. You paint a quick layer on wherever you're going to be putting your fiberglass cloth. Oh, sorry, got my sunglasses. And so you paint it on there, then you lay the piece of cloth down and you paint over it again. And a lot of these spots I just did like 2 different layers of that. So it dries pretty quickly depending on the temperature. It's supposed to be about 75 degrees or so for it to dry completely within like 12 to 15 minutes. It's a little bit hotter here in Phoenix than 75 degrees. I think it's currently at like 106. So it did take a little bit longer to dry, but I did fiberglass layers there. A couple over here as well. That was the brush I used. That brush is Dunzo because the hardener in it, the hardener with the fiberglass kind of ruined it. But you can see I did a couple pieces. There's just a leftover piece over there in the corner. That's where the toilet originally was when this was an old school camper van back in the 70s. Not sure what was there. Radiators here, and then some other pieces of like grill and stuff are up there because I still need to take it to the shop to have the transmission and engine and battery put in. So I've been kind of putting that off, but. Hi guys, so just realized that I never filmed an outro for this part 1 of my van makeover, so I thought I'd do it real quick and tack it onto this video. So just to give you an update, it is June here in Phoenix. It's like late June. And so I haven't done a ton of work on the van the past few weeks. I actually just towed it over to my mechanic 2 days ago. I need to give him a call. I ended up finding a transmission at a pull and save yard. I'm not sure exactly what transmission it is. I'm hoping it's like a TH350. But I found it in good condition. I pulled it off of a Chevy G30. And somebody had already taken the engine out, so it was super easy access to get to that transmission. So I pulled that out, put it in the back of the van, and then actually towed the van over to my mechanic the other day where they'll put a new engine in, probably a Jasper engine, which is what I think they get. And I'm looking at a 5.7 liter engine that's obviously suitable for this Chevy, which a lot of different Chevy, old school Chevy trucks, some different GMC vehicles, there's a lot of different compatible engines for this particular van. They just have to be a lot older or remanufactured. So have a couple options there. Hopefully it won't be too terribly expensive to have a new engine put in. But I'll have them do the work, and I'll probably give you guys updates with the different info that they give me along the way, because it's absolutely a project for them as well. I know that they're backed up a little bit, so it might be a few weeks before I get the van back, but I think we're all just kind of in it together to see how this goes. I will just give you guys another update and film another video when I get the van back. And thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you coming along on the journey. I'll make sure to post as much as I can, lots of videos on the makeover, going step by step. It's gonna be a big project. It's a lot to bite off, but I'm really excited about it. So thanks so much. Please subscribe to this new channel. I wasn't sure if I was gonna add this to my existing YouTube channel, which is Life of Liv, and I think I'm gonna make this my own channel so that anybody who wants to follow along on the van makeover journey, you can subscribe to this channel down below, and then please go check out my other YouTube channel. Thanks so much, guys. Catch you in the next video.